So the important thing to note about the open results is that one, variance goes both ways. So just because the deck did well doesn't mean it's good. And two, Mike Hamilton is someone that I've met in person and played with a few times in my stints on the Open Series, and he's a very good Magic player. And historically, he only plays control decks, so like he knows his way around the archetype well. So I wouldn't be surprised if his control deck's kind of a flash in the pan just because he's a wizard and other people are less. Yes, this is Zan Saeed's deck. All right, first victim, please. I would love to play first. That seems good. I don't know what the range on keepable hands is in this deck. I guess we're gonna find out. Man, Champion of Wits, discard my Haunting Dead seems wonderful though, doesn't it? Doesn't it just sound wonderful? It sounds wonderful to me. Just because a card was good out of the sideboard doesn't necessarily mean you want to shove it into the main deck. And like Glorybringer, especially in a control deck type of card, where like your opponents have a lot of removal, like Grasp of Darkness and stuff like that in their decks game one, and that like putting a Glorybringer in your main deck will turn those cards on for you, or turn those cards on for your opponent. So you probably want to just like hedge against that by having them in the sideboard. So, like, there is such a thing as, like, good game 2 or good game 1 cards, where, like, you always board them in or always board them out, but they should be in the main deck or the sideboard. Rude. What a rude card. This land deals damage to me. Oh, so Zan, this is actually a matchup that Zan won in the, what's it called, right? He won this matchup in the semis or the quarters? Those are the quarterfinals, right? This attacks, target creature, can't block, sure. Botanical Sanctum, perfect timing on that one. Play my Champion of Wits. I would love to draw 2 and discard 1. I'm going to bin this Haunted Dead. I don't need double black in this deck ever, right? Nope. Alright, so I'm going to bin this Hissing Quagmire is the other one. Keep my untapped lands, I think. 2 card types in the bin. They're applying a lot of pressure. They have another one of these. Are going to be a little bit of trouble. You exert it. Target creature can't block this turn. Wow, that's kind of scary. It's a lot of pressure. Yeah, assume this is exerting on the Champion of Wits. Yep. It's a little awkward. I got... Oh, I can get a mountain with this. So it's like I don't have a red source, but I do. Let's do that, and then pass the turn here. Hopefully they play another one of these idiots out. Oh, this is Edel. This is Wiley Edel. I just noticed the username. Willie Edel. Now, I don't really play in WotC events, Grand Prix, stuff like that, things that qualify you for the Pro Tour. I mostly play Magic for fun and for profit, and playing events that qualify you for the Pro Tour is a great way to hemorrhage a lot of money. So, if my Magic events make me more money, I get to spend more time doing magical things. So, I would much rather make money playing Magic than lose money playing Magic. Yeah! Just Incendiary Flow the Dome. We know what this game's about, don't we? Alright, well, let's do this and cast this. I would love to draw 2 discard. Huh. Alright, so we're 10 out of 10 binning these two. The question then becomes, what am I doing with this? Oh, this is a 4/4? Yeah, let's play the Grim Flayer. I think playing the Grim Flayer is better because opponent's deck has Thought-Knot Seer in it most likely, so I want to get this out of my hand. What is even going on? That's kind of scary. I have this Haunted Dead here in my bin. So I got that going for me. Another Haunted Dead. Alright, so let's attack with both of these, I think, here. My Haunted Dead makes a token to block next turn. This enters the battlefield tapped, right? Oh, only when it, sure. Yeah, so opponent is not playing verbatim the list from the open. I would love to bin all of these, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and pass back to my opponent here. They definitely could be dead here. Like double Incendiary Flow. Oh, why did I have to say that? Why did I have to say double Incendiary Flow? Alright, let's start by cracking this and seeing what we get. We're dead to a Magma Spray here, too. I guess I'll take this EDF, but this game is basically going to be decided right here. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Ditch these two. And if he has a removal spell for the token, we're dead. Sure. Next time, just kill me. Alright, so what are we doing here? This is probably a matchup for the Fatal Pushes. Spider Mama's probably fine. Strategic Planning's probably a little slow and clunky. I don't actually know how many enablers we can cut, but it feels like this is a matchup where I want to just like cut the enablers and bring in this cheaper interaction. I think Elder Deep-Fiend's a card I want to keep, just like ways to kill them. Kozilek's Return is obviously fantastic. The Pauper Challenge had fewer players than... I mean, like, people who are invested in Pauper decks on Magic Online probably don't want to spend $25 to play in a tournament, right? That would be my guess. I don't think this is a Bontu's Reckoning matchup. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I'm just going to bring in the Fatal Pushes and call it. We were real close to turning the corner that game. Yeah, burned out a little bit. They did 8 direct damage to us. Plus, the Phoenix was not a card I was expecting. I mean, Pauper Online is much cheaper than the other formats. Yeah, by Magic standard formats, it is. EDF for a Mindbender? No, that seems much worse. I'd much rather time walk them. I'm gonna instead of discussing with you about what I think is true, I'm gonna take a glance at online. Online. So, looking at the top 8 performing Pauper deck lists, and I guess this data is no longer good, but like random selection of deck lists on Magic Online. The first one is 36 tickets. The second one is really expensive at 98 tickets because I know Days is expensive on Magic Online, but like it's 36, 98, 28, 65, 60, 45, 34, 49. So it looks like there's a good selection of, and then 33, 34. So it looks like probably about $40 is the price of the average Pauper deck online. So like honestly, like Pauper decks here are kind of comparable, like what it costs to play Hex, you know? So it's not completely unreasonable. Which, again, like someone else mentioned, it's actually pretty cheap by Magic standards. Marty Punker with the 15-month resub. I hope you've enjoyed these $75. Well, I appreciate you contributing those $75 to the stream here. Welcome back. Yeah, but you can't compare Magic Online to any of the CCGs in my opinion, because on Magic Online, like Hex, if you decide you're done playing Pauper and you're done with Magic Online, you haven't actually spent the cost of that deck list playing the game. You can get that money back. You can recoup some of the money that you've spent. So like other CCGs like Hearthstone and Eternal, like if you spend $50 on an Eternal deck and you decide you're done playing Eternal, you spend $50 on Eternal and you're done. And like that's fine. Like if you got $50 of enjoyment out of that CCG, like that's worthwhile. But it's just saying like the cost of games like Hex and Magic Online can't be measured directly with games like CCGs, because you just like the money's gone in the CCG and it's not just gone in a game like Magic and Hex. I'm gonna fight with our past here for a second. Jeez, we got 2 Haunted Deads. That's so good for us, because I would love this Evolving Wilds back, and then we get to bin this Prized Amalgam to a Haunted Dead. Namichill with the 18-month resubscription. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Welcome back. It's a long time. Is the mana base good enough? No idea. Our opponent is sending lots of domes to our upstairs, though, so it hurts a little bit. And here, like, I kind of want to Fatal Push plus Haunted Dead next turn, but, like, I need to start getting Eyelids for this Elder Deep-Fiend, which is a touch awkward. Champion of Wits. I think I need to just get Haunted Dead and Prized Amalgam online this turn. So I think I'm going to play this Vessel and then pass. Hazoret, sure, that can't attack. I assume this isn't attacking. Yeah, they can't attack. Oh, I messed up. Oh, I messed up. I'm sure that's not the first time I'm going to do that today. So we're discarding this Prized Amalgam here, which means that, it's not going to come back until my main phase now. So this would be untapped on my turn if I'm less of an idiot. Oops. Alright, so let's crack this. Looking for some lands. I guess the Blooming Marsh is what we're looking for, right? Yep. So, ideally, and my opponent was tapped out, so it really doesn't matter. You want to do things like that during the second main phase, like Marty mentioned. Grab an Island here. Pass the turn. Would love to hit a land next turn so we can get these spider babies into play. Doesn't do anything scary on the backside, right? It's just menace. That's fine. I can push it off a cliff. This bad boy's indestructible if they can get their hand in. This card's really scary. I don't think this is going to matter. Like, this isn't chump blocking anything here, so it's, like, not a big deal this turn, but it could be a big turn later. Could have held Wilds to trigger Revolt. Oh, you're right. In case he has a bird. Good call, Bob. Things that actually matter. Yep, Bob is right though. I 10 out of 10 should have held the Evolving Wilds, that way we could Fatal Push a Phoenix this turn, so they showed us they had that card. Or a Thought-Knot Seer even. So like if they Thought-Knot Seer us, like 10 out of 10 messed up a lot. Little small things like that you gotta keep track of. Never played the deck before, so like not thinking about that interaction. Deals 4 damage, deals 3 damage. Man, they are just like all in on this burn plan. Let's push this off of a cliff. Like a super burn heavy. Can't attack or block. Alright, so I'm just like upkeeping this EDF, right? So we'll hit them for 5. I guess maybe I should have attacked last turn since I had the Fatal Push anyways. Yeah, I probably missed some points of damage here. I'm going to emerge this off the Prized Amalgam, I think, because we're going to bring it back with a... Oh, I have a Kozilek's return in there. I didn't even notice that. I don't think their hand's going to get empty if I tap all of their lands, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Obviously, we're not flashing back this Kozilek's return. This deck is very sweet. That's why we're playing it. You sending damage to our dome in response here? Oh, we're using this? Almost certainly using this, right? Yep. Take them to you. Another Fatal Push is a touch awkward because I actually want to bring back this Haunted Dead, which means I can't do any of this stuff. We're probably fine here. I'm probably just going to, like, untap and kill them, so... They're at 8. I guess they could theoretically vomit their hand out here. This is one hander less in your hand. One card less in your hand that gets to attack. I guess they could kill us here. Nah, we can block this with this Stork, right? But they could go, like, Incendiary Flow, Shock, Shock, which is 7, and then attack with the Hazaret. Opponent concedes. Yeah, I think that's what we want to do. We just, like, swapped some of the slower, value-oriented late-game cards for Fatal Pushes. I don't think I want to Never Return. Getting double black sounds pretty awkward. Let's just click submit. Pretty easy mulligan here. And doesn't have a second land in it. This, I think, is actually a keep. We've got a Vessel and we've got some Grim Flayers. We're in the draw with this guy. I'm sure we're never going to hit our second land or we're going to die, but opponent also went to 6, so, like, you know, maybe. Maybe there's a chance. Oh. Yeah, bottom that 8-drop. My body is ready to brick and die, family. My body is... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, there's the first house in our brick. First brick in our wonderful new home that we are building. Yeah, bring on the 2-power haste creatures. Dead? Am I dead? Oh, baby, build your own land. That's so exciting. Who's excited? That was a live draw. Am I getting an island, or am I getting a forest? Am I getting a swamp? I feel like I need to get an island here. Like, I probably want to play Grim Flayer next turn. I did not recast the Legacy Challenge. I went to the pool last night with the kids after I got done. I played Magic all day, and I wasn't streaming more. Probably want an island here, right? So I can use these Champion of the Wits. And, like, if we brick next turn, I probably want to crack this anyways. The Legacy Challenge deck list should be posted today. The Modern and Vintage Challenge happened on Saturday, and the Legacy Challenge was yesterday, so they go up later because the tournament happened later. Good-doke. Looking for a basic forest. Or a fast land, I guess, is fine here, too. Well, I mean, you know, that's better than nothing, I suppose. What's this getting? This probably has to get a forest at this point. I guess this could get an island to trigger the to cast the Elder Deep-Fiend. That doesn't seem terrible. Hazaret. Yeah, we're probably pretty dead here. Get a mountain. I think I'm actually just going to wait on this for a turn. Drew a forest. Perfect. Yay, waiting. Do that. Pass the turn here. Haunted Dead gets to chump block this, but I agree. We're probably dead here. Very good chance that they can get to 1 or fewer cards in their hand this turn. They have 3. Hopefully they have 2 lands in their hand. Although I guess if they have 2 lands this, it doesn't even matter. They did like 3 lands in their hand here, which is pretty unlikely. Oh, yeah. Ah, yeah, dome me, opponent. And then we're just going to be dead to this desert. So, good games. Bonus deck sweet, like an actual mono red deck. So like the mono red deck that Zan beat in the quarterfinals was actually kind of like this bigger kind of mid-range Eldrazi red deck. So it was different than what we just played against by a lot. We weren't dead to the Hazoret attack. We had a Haunted Dead in our graveyard that could block with the Spirit Token. We were dead to the desert they had. If they didn't have the desert in play, we could have brought back Haunted Dead, gone to 2 by blocking the Hazoret, and then the following turn, emerged the Elder Deep-Fiend off the Haunted Dead, flashing back Kozilek's return, killing their board, tapping their lands, and then blocking there, and then we could have probably snowballed the game from there if we didn't get burned out. Yeah, the opponent was Wiley Edel. Collective something. The red collective card. Collective Defiance. There you go. Yeah, that is correct. Seems fine. I'm just going to get Mountain preemptively here. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe we're going to end up discarding these and we don't actually need to cast them. Oh boy, not a mirror. Good. Whew. And against a tune with the Aether, we're probably pretty happy to have Kozilek's Return castable. Or probably a Servant of the Conduit deck. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Just perfect mana. The real question is, do we just, like, grapple with the past here with nothing in the bin? I think we're supposed to. Morning Equinox. Negate. Okay, so they're playing a control deck. I gotta... Oh, jeez. Look at that. Look at this mana base that only a mother could love. Get that. Just played the mountain because they knew about it from the Traverse. Drew the card that punished us. Man, we're going to learn so much today about sequencing with this deck. Just casting this Haunted Dead. I feel like I'm just casting this Haunted Dead. If he, like, censors me, whatever. Supreme Will. Not using the counter mode. Alright, I'll be right back. I think I need to change a diaper. Thanks for figuring it out. Don't go anywhere. Alright, so they are playing an energy deck. I guess I'll start by attacking with these two. See what we get. They may or may not block here. Yeah, no blocks make sense. Play Prized Amalgam, play Lumbering Falls, pass the turn. Jake had a reason to be loud there. Declan is going through a biting phase, which is thoroughly pleasant. Alright, some 1/1 flyers of their own, sure. Traverse only has 2 card types here. I think I'm just going to ship in with the squad here, right? They block with this, I just like pull the trigger on a Kozilek's return. I think I'm holding a land at this point. It gets into my bin with this Haunted Dead here. Wouldn't be surprised if they just take this, honestly. Make some Thopters, like trade off a Thopter on my Spirit. That makes sense. Alright, sweet. While the damage is still on here, let's go ahead and do this. Clean things up. Unfortunately, we're going to be trading card types here. I'm adding a land, but I'm removing a creature, so I don't actually have Delirium still. Yes, it does, Jet. Yes, it does. It feels real bad. So, am I supposed to fire up this? I feel like I'm just supposed to pressure my opponent here. What are the odds there's a Gear Hulk in their deck? It feels like non-zero. I might be running into a Gear Hulk here. I feel like Negate and Supreme Will means they might be on a more controlling build. Yeah, this is definitely a Hulk. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with that assessment. Like, spending 2 cards to get a Haunted Dead back is kind of anemic. Like, this deck just seems sweet, so we queued it up. We moto rich after winning the challenge last night, so I figured we'd spew a little bit here. So, play something sweet. So we got the opponent down to 8. We traded the Lumbering Falls. That's fine. Magma Spray. That's rude. I like my Prized Amalgam. You have a sweeper afterwards? Hour of Devastation. Man, that's rude. Oh, man, and I lost my second green source here because I'm a big dumb stupid. So I ran my Lumbering Falls in. I think I'm just getting a forest here, honestly, so I can cast this. Yeah, maybe running the Lumbering Falls in was wrong. Man, this Gearhulk's gonna kill us really quick. Maybe we should take the sweet decks in the friendly leagues from now on. I know I said we could hemorrhage, but lordy. It's a Whirler Virtuoso, yep. We have 8 energy. Start on this, see what we get. Another Grim Flayer I can't cast. And some other stuff. Alright, I guess I'll take that. I think I'm just gonna offer this trade here. I can make 2 Thopters and then trade this and a Thopter for this. They're not actually better EV, Jet. They're better EV if you're only winning half your matches, which I guess maybe in Standard I should assume I'm only winning half my matches. Format's a lot higher variance than something like Legacy. Especially when, like, we don't know what's going on. Yeah, this trade might be bad. I don't know, I just feel like we're not doing anything. I need to actually do something. Maybe I'm supposed to have played this, but then I can't bring back a Haunted Dead. Yeah, okay, I get it. Yeah, we're dead. Alright, control matchup. Last Hope seems good. Negate seems good. Tireless Tracker seems good. Distended Mindbender seems nutso. Kozilek. So, like, I feel like the easy out against most control decks is just, like, cut Kozilek's return, right? But, like, our opponents playing energy guys and stuff. So, I'm going to cut some of them. I probably don't want to draw this card, but I feel like I want to have access to it to, like, flip into the bin on occasion. Morning, Chris. What else do we want to cut here is the question, though. Is Haunted Dead a sacred cow? I feel like Haunted Dead's a sacred cow and I'm not allowed to cut it like it in Amalgam. This just seems so mediocre, but like without this, the Amalgam never comes back, so like yeah, strategic planning can maybe go. Just like take the coward's way out and trim a bunch of stuff here. Like trim an EDF. EDF survives Hour of Devastation, though, which is kind of great. I'm going to cut another return. Yeah, let's just do this. We're bringing Liliana the Last Hopes to help keep Thopters in check, so we probably don't need a bunch of Kozilek's return. Ah, fantastic. 3 lands, 1 castable spell. Why not? This is what we signed up for, right? Put it mulligan to 6? Oh, baby, we could beat a mulligan to 6, maybe. Possibly. No? Probably not? Alright. This basic mountain, though. Remember, folks, if you're new and you're enjoying the content, consider using that follow button or subscribing or sending a donation. I am lighting my money on fire to stream Magic Online League, so you don't have to. Yep. Oh, baby. Who's ready to get censored? Oh, who's ready to get censored, fam? Oh, baby. Censor me. Censor me! Harness Lightning. Harness Lightning will do 2 pig. Still no other castable spells. For the perfects, just like we drew it up, if you would. Spending 4 mana on a Haunted Dead, so fair and balanced. Yep. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Look at this. Look at this in all of its glory. Another uncastable. Perfect. Just like we drew it up. Your bad matchups are lands and elves seems like a bad matchup, but elves isn't a very good deck. Lands is kind of popular, and it's just a bad matchup for the deck. But Grixis Delver is the best deck in Legacy for a reason. It's very good against almost everything. Oh, Grapple with the pass. I can't wait for this to get negated. Oh, God. The opponent negated our land drop. Their will was too supreme for us. Hashtag Sam. Maybe this hand was a mulligan. I don't know. Like, it just needed to draw one land, right? Like, we drew a blue land, we could cast this. We drew a black land, we could cast this. We drew any land in the deck, we could cast these. Alright, we're gonna try and fight with our past here again. Oh, look how spoiled we are. We found a land. Look at how good the deck is to us. We're gonna cast this next turn, and they're gonna go Gear Hulk, Supreme Will, and then we're gonna concede because we're dead. But that's the line, ladies and gentlemen. The line is cast this and then concede. See, I spoiled the ending. I read the book before we started, and I spoiled the ending. But don't worry. Don't worry. We're 0-2. We can battle back. We're gonna try and battle back here. By that, I mean, what other deck should we try from the open? And by try, I mean queue them up in a friendly league so we don't have to spend $12 playing them again. We'll save the $12 leagues for the formats that we have control over, like Legacy. What other decks were interesting and slightly less bad again? Slightly less bad than this. We should just play the blue-white monument deck probably, right? The deck as a whole feels strange. I mean, like, I have a free roll discard here. I think this is okay. We can, like, cast the Kozilek's Return if it's a matchup they're good in. That deck was just Teamer Energy, Larynx. It was, like, Teamer Energy with, like, a Nico Bolas off of another one of these. I think I'm gonna edge and get a Swamp here. I'm sure I'm about to draw a Traverse and, like, hate myself. Elder Deep-Fiend, sure. Maybe we're supposed to get Forest Dark because we have Grapple and Traverse. Oh, God, we're so good at Magic. I'm so good at Magic. There you go. Snack away, child. I would love to loot. Loot City. Oh, man, and we hit another land and it casts the Elder Deep-Fiend. We're running so hot. We're running so hot. Look at how hot we are running. Sanctum of Ugin. Opponent is also doing Squid Daddy type things. Attack with my Champion of Wits. Let's upgrade. Alright. Let's cast some Champion of Wits. I would love to draw 2, discard 1. More Squid Fathers, you say? Ah, and you get a Squid Father, and you get a Squid Father. Everybody gets a Squid Father. I feel pretty, do 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 do, and I pity, do 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 do. Prized Amalgam was actually the perfect draw there. We're going to go ahead and attack with this Champion of Wits. Hopefully they trade. No tradesies, huh? Do this and pass the turn back, I think. Sure. I have a K return in their bin that's worth noting. So we're going to go ahead and bring back this Haunted Dead, discarding these 2. This is going to trigger the Prized Amalgam, and then we're going to emerge the Squid Dead off the Haunted Dead, tapping their blockers. We're not going to cash back Kozilek's return here, obviously. Nope. Nope. They're pretty close to dead, right? That's a spider mama, huh? Alright, so what am I doing here? This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I get them for 14 with the Slumbering Falls. I think I want to just Squid Dead them again. I feel like I'm in a position where I can force them to have Squid Father or die. So I'm going to attack with these, and then during their upkeep, we're going to Squid Father them again and tap like Champion, Island this. Do you have a Squid Father? Deep, 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 deep. Oh, huh. That's fair, Tom Don. I didn't think about that. Yeah, it's a good call. We'd have prevented this from happening. Because now they get to K-return our board. It's a good line. It's a good line. Okay, I didn't think about that. Because, like, our things weren't in play yet, so the Haunted Dead wasn't coming back yet. We'd have just lost our Champion of Wits, but they'd have lost both their champions, so they couldn't emerge this turn then. They're technically, they're dead on board right now, right? With my Lumbering Falls. Haha! We are the Squid Masters with the Lumbering Falls. Alright, so we've out-Squid Deaded the opposing Squid Dead. I don't think K-Return is actually that good in this matchup. Certainly want this Never Return. I think the Bontu's Last Reckonings are reasonable. They kill, like if our opponent gets ahead on board, trim these K-Returns. That seems reasonable. More what? There's food in there. No, it's empty. There's Chex Mix in there. Do you not like the Chex Mix that's left? Mindbender? I can see Mindbender being okay. Opponent mulliganed? Oh, baby. Oh, baby. They went to 6, so you go to 5? Rats, we're so unlucky. The opponent kept 6 cards. And you get a squid. Oh, the old Aether Hub cast Traverse the Ulvenwald. Combo. Ah, Servant of the Conduit. So Hub is back online. Haunted Dead, you say. Alright, so that's going to be a good one to bin to the Champion of Wit. We're going to crack this Vessel at end of turn. Try and get our Delirium going. Maybe I'm supposed to leave in the returns. I don't actually know. I want this Blooming Marsh probably, right? It's kind of sad to bin a Deep-Fiend, but I need the black source. Play my Marsh. I guess I could have grappled for that later. Getting it untapped this turn is kind of nice, though. Play my Champion. Study a little bit here with the Careful Study. 10 out of 10 bidding the Haunted Dead and the Prized Amalgam. I think if they offer a trade here, I'm snapping it off. Because, like, I have more Emerge fodder readily available and they do not. Speaking of Emerge fodder. So they have a Squid Dead in their hand that we know about. I'm just going to block here. I think that's fine. The basic lands that I am playing with are from, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't have an instant in here yet. Interesting. They're from the original Zendikar block. I think I'm just binning 2 things here and getting a Haunted back. Thanks, Cliffy. Take our 3 here. So they've got Squid Dead and then 3 cards we don't know. We're in an okay spot, it feels like. So during their second main, let's go activate this Haunted Dead. Discard this and this. 4 card types in our bin now. Oh, you know what? I should have grappled first. We get another Amalgam here. We didn't hit another Amalgam. That's fine, though. So we get a Squid Dead back that they now get to know about. Kyle, do you have the box checked that's group all the same? If you click on versions here, there's a show version separately. Make sure that that's checked for you. Alright, so they're Squid Dadding us. That probably means we just want to Squid Dad them back. Oh, they're just tapping that. That's fine, actually, because I could still emerge by Squid Dad off of this. That seems fine for me. If they were tapping a blue source, I might fight over this, but I might Squid Dad in response. But I feel like we just drew a blue source. So I'm going to do this. I think I want to emerge off of this. Nah, that one's a little bit bigger. I'm going to traverse for an Ishkanah here. We are also 0-2 in this league, and Magic Online, like, kind of tries to pair you against people with similar records, so our opponent might not have a fantastic record. It's possible there's Censor in our opponent's deck here, too, so we might be running this into a Censor, which would be kind of bad. I think I'm committed to my line at this point. Kozilek's return. Alright, well, I'm glad I sacked the Haunted Dead. That's definitely a reason to have sacked the Haunted Dead. Maybe Ishkanah is not supposed to be in the deck. Maybe this is supposed to be the Mindbender post board. Because of Kozilek's return. Yeah, Kozilek's return's a big reason not to have this in my deck. That's an amazing draw. Alright, so let's crack with these. I think they're probably pretty dead here, so we get to play this out. And then during their upkeep, we're going to Squid Dad them off of the Prized Amalgam here. So sack this, trigger, tap this, this, and this. And then we can Haunted Dead binning these two, and the Haunted Dead's going to bring back this other Prized Amalgam with it. Just casting Kozilek's Return to get in the bin, sure. Oh, and then we're flashing it back. Sure. Okay, they're out of cards now, which is great for us. So they're going to kill our Elder Deep-Fiend, but, like, they have no cards left. And we're going to have a Squid Dad, and we're going to get Haunted Dead plus 2 Amalgams here. Oh, God, the mistake I have made. Holy crap. I didn't even, yep. This has not been a good showing of this deck because I am an idiot. But they just tapped our lands, so now I don't have a bunch of power. I guess I get to keep the Ishkanah now. Right? Sure. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay, I promise. And we're actually gonna use our return on their Kozileks. What a savor the flavor moment, right? Like, we're gonna use the card return on Kozilek's return. Yeah, just look them right in the eyes and be like, you know what? You know what I'm about to do? I'm just going to bluff attack you. I just wanted them to block so that way they'd attack next turn, attack us back. So let's get rid of Kozilek's return out of there. You can't activate these. They require black mana. Champion of Wits, sure. Alright, and the next turn, we can traverse for another squid. That's a really aggressive attack. Oh, they have a squid. Okay, that makes sense then. I want to traverse for another, I want to traverse for an Elder Deep-Fiend here. One Squid Father left. And then we just get to pass the turn here, and at their end step, we get to tap some of their lands and their creatures that are left as blockers and then kill them. So I think they're on the 0 out of here. Let's see. It's a bad thing to say when you don't know the matchup really well. But I think we might be well on our way to our first match win here of the day. Yep, you can attack me. That's fine. Tap, 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 tap. I should tap the red sources, whatever, they have energy here, so this makes all their colors anyways. Still dead. Good. Excellent. I am King Squidfather. All right. 1 and 2. The 3-2 Dream is alive. We were less bad than the Teamer Emerge deck. Slightly less bad. While we're waiting for the match to pop, I would just like to say good morning, afternoon, and good night to everyone, wherever you're out in the world. Thanks for choosing to spend part of your day here with us. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I am a TCG player and content producer. If you're enjoying what you see and you're new, please use that follow button on your screen. It doesn't cost you anything, helps other people find my stuff. If you're really enjoying what you see and you want to help support my content a little bit beyond that, there's a couple different ways you can do that. The first is by subscribing on Twitch or becoming a patron on Patreon. You can also support my content by supporting my sponsors. MTGOtraders.com will love to buy and sell Magic Online cards with you. If you use code Hoagland PayPal at checkout there, you can save 8% on your singles orders. InkedGaming.com can help you customize your gaming experience. You do custom playmats and mouse pads and sleeves and stuff like that. Use code Jeff12 to save 12% there. MTGCardMarket.com buys and sells physical Magic cards. Use code Jeff 10%, you save 10% on your orders there. And SpareDeck.com is kind of a unique service. They rent physical, standard, and modern decks. You can rent a deck for a weekend or up to an entire month. And definitely check them out if you're someone like myself who changes decks a lot or doesn't play a ton of paper Magic. Just needs a deck on occasion. Perfect, Dad. Look at that. The spiel timing lined right up. I don't hear Hex in the background. Should I be concerned? Maybe I should have Hex on in the background. I don't know. The kids aren't really watching their show today, so it's kind of low in the background. I do plan to play some Storm and Hex after we're done magicking today, though. The Hex Storm deck is sweet. It's ingrained in my brain, Jet. I mean, we're not playing this deck to not keep hands like this, right? Basic, forest, island, fight with my past, get back this. Ooh, prairie stream tapped. How did the CCS go? CCS went poorly. I made the decision, along with 2 of the other people on my team, to not play the team deck at the last second because we got scared off of one matchup, and it was a very, very sizable mistake. Should have played the deck that we spent time working on. The deck we ended up playing was not well built. That being said, like, my team is a bunch of very reasonable Hex players, so one of the 3 of us playing the bad control deck still top-8'd, but he got Ace finished second, but it was a bad decision overall to pivot decks at the last second. I think it's worth it to rent a deck for an F&M. I don't know, it depends on what your definition of worth it is. On average, I think the decks, actually, I don't know offhand. Look, you could look on their website for pricing, not exactly what it costs. I want to say it's 10 to 15% the cost of the deck to rent it for a weekend, but I don't want to say that and be wrong, so don't quote me on that. That might be incorrect. Blue-white spirits, you say. Spirits versus Squid Fathers. Man, I can't pass up getting our 1 of Ishkanah here. The card's really good against spirits. Play my Vessel of Nascency. I mean, F&M can actually be any format of Magic now. Commander, Modern, Legacy, whatever your LGS wants to run the format as, they're allowed to run F&M as. They have complete leeway to do as they please. This Rattle Change is going the distance. He's going for speed. He's all alone in this time of need. He's racing and pacing and plotting. Zan is probably one of the better Magic players that I know. He's a very skilled magician. Am I supposed to get second Island here? I feel like I'm just supposed to get second Island here. I don't have Haunted Deads yet. There's that damnable basic mountain. Sweet. We found Haunted Deads, but we also found a Black Source here, so let's grab that, put that into play, pass the turn. Haunted Dead is excellent. Oh, we've been to Kozilek's return, too. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. I mean, is there anyone that has an opinion other than Watsy's an idiot about the change to the F&M promos? I haven't been following everything, but I feel like, what a good series of draws. What a phenomenal series of draws. So during my opponent's upkeep, I'm going to return this Haunted Dead to play, and then I'm going to emerge this Elder Deep-Fiend off of said Haunted Dead. They're going to flash in Selfless Spirit. That's fine. Oh, can't tap like that. Let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to bin a Champion of Wits and Prized Amalgam. And what's kind of sweet here is the way Kozilek's Returns flashback works is that, whoa. I get a chance to respond here, right? Yeah, okay, sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and sack this Haunted Dead to this Elder Deep-Fiend. And the way Kozilek's Return works, tap all their white sources. The way Kozilek's Return works with Selfless Spirit is that they have to sacrifice the Selfless Spirit in advance, otherwise I just get to clear their board. So if they don't sacrifice this, I get to Kozilek's Return, and if they do sacrifice this, I just say, no, I'm not going to Kozilek's Return. Oh, baby, the concession. The Squid Father is the best father. Alright, so strategic planning out. I feel like this is a fatal push-in matchup. Kozilek's Return, aces. Grim Flayer's a little medium on the draw. Grapple with the past. We could maybe trim that. Trim a Vessel. Vessel might be a sacred cow in this deck, based on how few typings we have. I guess I'm adding an instant. Cutting a sorcery, though. Cutting the sorcery is kind of a big deal. I don't think I can cut strategic planning and cut Vessel. I'm going to cut another Grapple since I'm bringing in instance. This hand's probably fine. It's got a Vessel to hopefully flip a return into the bin. We can just cast this dork. That stupid LOL. We could describe lots of Watsy's decision-making process with that stupid followed by LOL. I feel like that's the TLDR of most Watsy decisions that aren't designing Magic cards. It's just like, that's stupid. Lol. Ooh, fatal push. All right, pass back here. All right. How about you rattle nothing? There are no chains to rattle here, opponent. There are no chains to be rattled. I'm just going to do that now before we get Spellquellered. Just, like, keep their pressure off the table. I feel like we're the control deck in this matchup, and the onus, like, we have the we're not really a control deck. We have the inevitability, though. And the onus is on our opponent to, like, pressure our life total as opposed to the inverse. Slumbering falls into play. Just plan to crack this Vessel this turn. It's almost like Watsy has the ability to both give us more foil tokens and still have good F&M promos. It's almost like they could do both. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like they're allowed to do both. Well, that sucks. I'd like that one in my discard pile. Looking for a Haunted Dead so we can bin these Dorkos. If they have a Queller, I feel like they're supposed to tell us to quell ourselves here. No, this deck got top 4 at the Open this past weekend. I know it looks awkward enough that this could be a donation deck list, but this put up a result at the Open. I could fail to find, but like the fact that there's 4 Haunted Dead in our deck means like I want the cards in my hand. And like if this is coming back for free, that means I found a Haunted Dead, so like I want it in my hand. Looking for a Haunted Dead plus something else we can grab here. Alright, we found a K-Return at least. We'll grab a Mountain so we can cast a K-Return later. We have plenty of all of our other colors. Our mana base is functional for once in our lives. I'm going to play this tapped. I think I'm playing this tapped. Pass the turn here. Oh, there might have been merit to just hard casting one of these. Fight with my past, hopefully find a Haunted Dead. We did find a Haunted Dead, and we found a Squidfather. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. And we put another Prized Amalgam in there? Who's excited? I'm excited. I'm excited. That's a good hit. It's a good hit for us. We have a K-Return in here too, right? Yep. Didn't have a Selfless Spirit. All right, let's play this. And during my opponent's up... So I intentionally skipped that there because I want to flashback this Kozilek's return and not kill my Prized Amalgam. So we're going to pass here. And during my opponent's upkeep, I'm going to go ahead and bring back this Haunted Dead and then emerge this Deep-Fiend in response to the trigger so I don't kill my token. And now I'm going to go ahead and emerge the Squidfather off of this. Trigger, tap your blue sources. The Squidfather is here, and he's bringing the pain. Essence Flux. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. We've been Essence Fluxed. Yeah, so their things are indestructible, which means we just don't flash spec. It actually doesn't matter. You have a choice that actually doesn't matter. So, like, now I just say, no, I don't want to do this because their things are indestructible. Cycle a Sensor, sure. I would not like to use this because their things are indestructible. I need to check diapers again really quick. They haven't had their morning poops yet. Sorry about the delay. Apologies. Thank you to everyone who stuck around, to everyone who left, you know, wink off. I messed up and I forgot to... I ran out of diapers down here, and then the diaper smelled bad enough that I had to run it upstairs after the fact. This is the part where we just smash, right? Unsummon, sure. We've been unsummoned. Alright, so they go to 11. So, what am I doing here? I'm going to emerge Elder Deep-Fiend for 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to play this untapped land. So, during their upkeep, we're going to emerge a Deep-Fiend off this Prized Amalgam. And this time, we're going to tap their dorks, because I don't want to get hit by them again. So, cast with emerge off of this. Trigger, tap, tap. Huh. I probably want to keep them off of a sweeper, right? If I tap 1, 2... I have to tap all lands to keep them off of a sweeper. Oh, they're just conceding. Alright, sure. Ooh! Ooh! Suddenly we are 2 and 2. Suddenly we are 2 and 2. That's exciting. It's exciting. We could battle back and get our dollars back. Now, I don't want to stress anyone out, but there are literally tens of dollars on the line on this for this match. Turn 2 Grim Flayer on the play. First time in this league we've gotten to do that. That sounds exciting. Sounds exciting. Live for not dead, right? This match decides if I get to eat lunch today. Just kidding. Just kidding. Don't ever play Magic. If you eating lunch depends on you winning a match of Magic, you need to reevaluate your life decisions. I would. Jobs are good. Jobs are good. Actual paying jobs. Plus, Lady and Germs, we moto rich. We won the challenge yesterday. Oh, my opponent told me good luck. See, I hate the pre-match good luck pleasantry because it's so fake. No one wants their opponent to be lucky in a match of TCG where the game is variance by design. I believe my opponent if they tell me have fun or have good games. Like those are good, honest, authentic pleasantries. No one wants their opponent to be lucky though. Don't sit down at the table, shake my hand, and lie to me. Don't lie to me. It's all I want out of life is to not be lied to, so please just don't do it. And you shouldn't lie to your opponents. Don't say good luck when you sit down at the table, because you don't mean it. Whenever my opponent says good luck in paper Magic, on Magic Online I just don't respond to chat. Whenever my opponent says good luck in paper, I just say thanks. Because I would enjoy being lucky. So when they say good luck to me, I appreciate it because I would love to be lucky. Yep. That's I just say thanks. It's an authentic exchange. Like I genuinely say thank you because I'm thankful they want me to be lucky. No, you don't want to. You want to have a good game, and you want them to have fun. You don't want to be in a long game where they like rip their perfect thing off the top in the late game. That's not what you want. That's what being lucky is. Double Prized Amalgam Island. Man, this mana base. So if I don't take the island, I can't do anything with these. I think I'm just supposed to take the Grim Flayer here. Hi, yeah, that would be authentic. You sit down at the table and go, "Hi, it's nice to meet you. I hope you mulligan to 3." Oh, are you stuck? Oh, oh no, dude, stop yelling. I don't actually know what I want to get here. the island? I think it's the island, so that way if I hit a thing, I can do my squid dead. Cletus! With the 5-month resubscription. Welcome back. I appreciate the continued support. So, I played the Grapple on my turn in case my opponent was playing the blue-white Monument deck, so that way they couldn't Spellquiller my Grapple with the pass, which might have been a little bit defensive. I'm not actually sure. Could have gone either way there. I think hedging against a Spellquiller is fine. Because, like, this could potentially put a Haunted Dead in my bin, which I really want to get in my bin. So I don't want them to counter it. It's like a small thing. Like, their line probably isn't going to change knowing what I've grappled and not knowing what I've grappled. So I feel like it's all upside to play around a Spellquiller here. Strategic planning. Sweet. Let's lead on that. Hopefully find a Haunted Dead. Alright, so 2 different options here. The first is this Grim Flayer. Mr. Silicon with the 3-month resubscription. Thanks for the content and the fun decks. Thank you for watching and thank you for the support a quarter of a year. Welcome back. So, this is putting sorcery and enchantment. So yeah, this will actually be delirious. I'm going to take the Grim Flayer. That puts 4 card types in the bin. Glad we waited to play our land. What should we play after this match, chat fam? Are there any other sweet decks at the Open that we should give a try to? It's annoying. Not the end of the world, but annoying. To avoid my dork. We actually don't have any removal outside of Cave Return to the main, right? Feels a little bad. Play the island that they know about. I just want to win at Magic, damn it, Chill. Legacy is a format where lots of people play lots of really bad decks, so, like, playing the best deck in Legacy gives you such a huge advantage if you're trying to be competitive. It's kind of unreal. Like... Alright, so this is an Avacyn, right? I guess they could have... No, it just has to be an Avacyn. I guess it could be a Stasis Snare, too. Feels like an Avacyn, though. Yeah, but Delver's just the best deck. And it's the best deck by a significant margin. Was there an Esper control deck? Someone linked the Esper control deck. Did I miss an Esper control deck? There's an Esper aggro deck. It does not look like an Esper control deck put up a result. What's the Esper aggro? Is this just vehicles? Yeah, it's just Esper cars. Do you want Cheerios? Take 2 more here. Things are not looking good for us if we don't hit a... Yeah, that's a good one to find. So it's Champion of Wits here. Draw some cards, discard some cards. Haunted Dead, please. Haunted Dead, please. Oh, from the classic. Okay. 3 Bontu's Last Reckoning. Oh, yeah, this looks hot enough to play. This looks hot enough to play. Trail of Evidence. Oh, we're going to friendly league the crap out of that deck list. I'm binning these two. Bin this and this. I think so. Keep the squid fases around. Huh. Maybe I'm not supposed to play this out because I have Elder Deep-Fiends, but I don't want them to be able to just, like, kill my only creature and then not be able to squid father them next turn. So hot I can smell the tickets burning now, yep. Yeah, they're not actually Grixis control. $10 out of 10 going to offer this trade for the Avacid here. That's really bad for us. I guess I have 2 Squid Dad, so it's not the worst. If they want to trade a Selfless Spirit for this, I'm okay with that, since I have Squid Dads and this Kozilek's Return in my bid. And someone asked me a question about Legacy. Other than matchups like Burn, how viable do you feel it is to sub in Shocklands for duels until you can afford duels? I honestly don't know. The first dual land's pretty important, so, like, you can not do it, but, like, so, like, take Delver, for instance. At a minimum, I probably wouldn't register Delver without, like, 1 Volk, 1 C, but, like, if you played, like, Steam Vents and Watery Grave in, like, the secondary and, tertiary slots for those, it'd probably be fine. Like, there'll be plenty of situations where you just, like, afford to fetch a land tapped. Alright, while we're waiting for my opponent to make a decision, I'm going to import this deck list here real quick. Queue up this MTGO Trader sale. No blocks. Good deal. Haunted Dead? Show me Haunted Dead. Hey! Hey, hey, yo. Hey, yo. Hey, 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 look, another Deep-Fiend. Put that on top, so I'm going to go ahead and pass the turn here, I think. I'm not going to Deep-Fiend during the upkeep. I'm going to Deep-Fiend during their enter combat step. Well, now we're going to Deep-Fiend. The sacrifice is anything? Sacrifice a permanent. Interesting. Alright, I thought for sure that was sacrifice a creature, but I am incorrect to sacrifice a creature. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and put in the old Squid Father here. And again, they have to sacrifice the Selfless Spirit in advance here. No, I don't think so. I don't think I want to force. I don't think I want the Archangel Avacyn to flip on their turn. Yeah, I don't want this to flip on their turn. Because, like, now what happens is, like, they sacrifice the Selfless Spirit in response to this Kozilek's Return. And then on my turn, I'm going to emerge this next Elder Deep-Fiend in response to them sacrificing this Selfless Spirit to protect their Fairgrounds Warden, and then flashback this Kozilek's Return in response to that. So I think we're going to get them here if they don't have land second Avacyn or another Selfless Spirit. I think this is going to end up pretty reasonably for us. And, like, this is tapping out all of these, so, like, we're not taking a large chunk of damage this turn anyways. Yep, so they're sacrificing the Selfless Spirit because, again, they need to do it in response here. So this is going to have a flip trigger on our turn. We're going to get drained a little bit by this Wayward Disciple, but that's not the end of the world. And again, if they don't have another Selfless Spirit here, we're going to be in a pretty good spot. So that's fine. So things become indestructible from the Selfless Spirit. I say no, I don't want to flashback this Kozilek's Return. Having been on the Selfless Spirit side of the Kozilek's Return matchup a lot in testing and like playing before, like it does not feel good that just like threatening to flash this back means they have to sacrifice. So they get a free attack here because these are both indestructible. But it's only 1 point of damage, so I think that's fine. I think it was worth tapping their lands. That way they have to have Avacyn plus another land here. And they only have 2 cards in their hand, so... Take 1 down to 10. We're going to take 4 more when all of these die, but my opponent's deck doesn't really have any reach other than this and Avacyn trigger, so I think we're going to be in a good spot with our Squid Fathers left over. Opponent has another Selfless Spirit. That means we could lose this game. I think this means we're dead. I haven't actually counted yet. We'll find out here in a second. The fact that we have another Squid Dad on top of our deck here is pretty helpful. So this has 3 damage marked on it, and this is indestructible, so I don't want to ship this in here. I just have to pass the turn here again. I have to hope they just draw a couple lands here, I think. We need no Avacyn, no 4th Selfless Spirit. Maybe I'm supposed to upkeep this and go tap, 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 so that way they can't draw the Avacyn for the turn. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, I miffed this up. If they drew Avacyn for the turn, I could have played around that by tapping these 2 and this during their upkeep. That's fine. So we're going to go ahead and emerge this off of my Grim Flayer. Go, Elder Deep-Fiend's going to go tap, 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 tap. No, this only... They have to flip this in order for it to drain me. And we're going to kill them next turn. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. They're going to sack the Spirit, and then I have 2 blockers for these 2. I guess you're right. I shouldn't tap the Spirit. I should tap one of these things, but it actually doesn't matter. Watch them play something that makes it matter. But you are right. Technically speaking, I should not tap the Spirit. not like to do this. Alright, they're indestructible, but this can't attack because it just came in. Alright, so Haunted Dead, please come back. Discarding these two. Yeah. And in response to these triggers, I'm going to go ahead and emerge this off of this and flashback Kozilek. This doesn't matter what we're tapping here. We're going to flashback Kozilek, return, hit my opponent for 10 with these Elder Deep-Fiends in play. We're going to lose 4, going to 1. Remember that 1 is not none, ladies and gentlemen. The only point of life you have that matters is the last one. Alright, attack with these, and then they are very dead on board because these Prized Amalgams are coming back. 1 card in hand. I think getting in 10 points of damage here is better than tapping their 5 lands next turn. They're dead through an Avacyn here, right? They block here and then take 10, 14, 20, 21, 23. This game was interesting. This deck's definitely doing powerful things when it's winning. Definitely doing powerful things when it's winning. So this is 10 out of 10 of Fatal Push in matchup. I think that's the aggro plan. It's just like Fatal Push in, Strategic Planning, Grapple out. This is a Bontu. This is a Liliana the Last Hope matchup, right? Because Selfless Spirit's obnoxious. Is this where we want to be in our lives? Is this better than the last Grapple? Probably. Probably. It's the last cut here. I feel like most of the rest of these are Sacred Cows. Grim Flayer's a little bit worse on the draw. Do this. I'm gonna do this. Again, still kind of flying by the seat of our pants when it comes to reserving here. So after this match finishes, we're going to go ahead and play a match or two with this Esper approach. Like, I don't know that we're going to play an entire league with it on stream today, but we're going to play a couple matches with it. Seems pretty sweet. This deck got 16th at the SCG Classic this past weekend. So we're going to finish out this Emerge and then play this other one. This is turn 2 Grim Flayer on the draw. I think this is fine. Man, if this finds a Haunted Dead, we've got 2 Amalgams here. Opponent mulligan. Yeah, I'm 10 out of 10 keeping this if they mulligan. We can fetch basic Swamp and then do this into this, hopefully, if we draw land. Got almost 400 people hanging out here this morning. I'd just like to say welcome. Thanks for spending part of your day here with us. There's a lot of different things you could be doing, different people you could be watching. Thanks for spending part of your time here. Remember, if you're new and you're enjoying the content, please hit that follow button. Helps other people find my stuff. Doesn't cost you anything. If you missed any of today's stream, we've played the entirety of this league on stream this morning. My YouTube channel is linked in the stream information below as well. Because I don't stream with music like a lot of streamers, 100% of my streams get archived to my YouTube channel. So if you miss any of my regular streams or you see I tweeted about a deck and you didn't get to catch it live, you can always check out my YouTube channel. I break the archives up there by deck and by matchup so you can watch just the content that you care about. Another Evolving Wilds. It's midday for you. Yeah, exactly. There's people in lots of different time zones. So I know my streaming schedule doesn't always line up with everyone, so you can definitely catch it after the fact. I know a lot of people have said they appreciate that. Esper aggro is better or worse than Marty vehicles. Do not have an educated opinion on that, so I'm just going to say I don't know. I hate when people like ask, they're like, what do you think about XYZ? It's like, oh, I don't actually know, but I'm going to make something up and tell you anyways. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to tell you I don't have experience with it. What process do you use to break up the archive? The Twitch highlight process, or Hi, what do you want? You want some pretzels? I actually just use OBS to break up my archives. So in OBS, you can record local while you're streaming simultaneously, and I just start and stop recording local videos while I play. What about Hex? Hex is a fully digital TCG that I also stream on the channel here on occasion. In fact, after we play a couple matches with the Esper deck, we're probably going to play some Hex as well. Huh. We're 10 out of 10 playing this. Yeah, it is. It's really simple, Zach. It's super easy. And on occasion, if I forget to start or stop recording a local, then I break it up using Twitch, but usually I just start and stop recording local. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and attack here with the Grim Flayer. I think they're going to trade, but we'll see. I'm probably going to Kozilek's return this board anyways, so they might just take this thinking they can go wide, not realizing there's a Kozilek's return in their future. But yeah, that doesn't surprise me. And like if I hit with this, I could possibly turn it into a 4/4 and then it'll survive the Kozilek's return, so I think it's all upside to just attack there. How did I do in the showdown? The CCS I did not do well. My team made a last-minute deck change and it was a poor one. All right, sweet. So we're going to get a nice clean 2-for-1 out of this Kozilek's return while also playing Evolving Wilds next turn. I think Lantern Control is. I think Lantern Control is a very reasonable modern deck. I hate that it exists in the format. I hate playing with and against it. But actually, I don't know if I hate playing with it. I hate playing against it. It's like a miserable TCG experience playing against it. But it's a very powerful, reasonable deck. I'm just going to play this now in case they have something. I don't think I want to use my life total as a resource next turn and take a hit for 4, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that, I think. Hopefully they play a Selfless Spirit here and we just like play this Liliana the Last Hope and make them vomit. Oh, no play. I will definitely take no play. So, crack this, get an island here, I think. Haunted Dead. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and play this Liliana the Last Hope here. And while they don't have anything in play here, I'm just going to go ahead and spin this backwards and grab this Grim Flayer out of my bin. I think I want Grim Flayer more than Elder Deep-Fiend. Yeah, I don't have double island, so... I did poorly in the Hex tournament. I won the Legacy tournament on Magic Online, though, so I've got that going for me. Oh! Oh, I'm so dumb! There's a Manglehorn in our board to traverse for. There's a Manglehorn to traverse for, and it's not in my deck right now. Liliana is good against what they have going on here, obviously, but there is a Manglehorn in my board, I assume explicitly to traverse for this matchup, and I did not board it in. Did not board it in. For I am, in fact, a confirmed big dumb stupid. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this and get our second island, so that way we can Squid Daddy them. Let's go ahead and play this Grim Flayer out. Next turn we can spin this backwards and grab the Elder Deep-Fiend out of our bin if we want. Yeah, the Storm deck is kind of awesome. I really like playing it. It's my favorite deck I've played to TCG in some time, that's for sure. So it's funny, like, I have a reputation among people that play a lot of Legacy because I talked about it not being a good Brewers format and, like, Brainstorm being kind of omnipresent, but, like, that's true. Both those things are true. And, like, I've played a ton of Legacy and I have a ton of experience playing Legacy. So, like, in addition to, like, so I've played in the Legacy Challenge, six Legacy Challenges. I've top 8'd 3 of them. I've top 16'd one of the others. I top 32'd one of the others, and I didn't cash one of them at 3 and 4. So, like, I have a lot of experience playing Legacy. I am very reasonable at it. So, we're going to just tick Liliana backwards. Jacob, calm down. So we're gonna tick Liliana backwards here, I think, next turn and get this Squidfather, and then we will emerge the Squidfather off of the Grim Flayer here, and then tap all of their lands and flashback K-Return. I guess if they have Avacyn, that would be bad. Am I supposed to just do this now and give them their lands for the turn? That seems loose. I think I'm just not gonna play around Avacyn here, and I'm just gonna grab this back. Do you want Timmy or do you want Umizoomies? Do you want I think the downside of them having an Avacyn is less than... Do I ever listen to my own stream afterwards? Yeah, occasionally. If I'm looking... If I feel like I made a critical mistake in a match, I'll often go back and rewatch. So, let's do this. If they have an Avacyn here, we're going to get a little bit punished for having waited. Hopefully they just crack this clue and lose their board. Oh, every time. Yeah, that sucks. Alright, so I need to draw another Squid Father. So, like, they got to use their mana, and I didn't get to flashback my K-Return here, so, like, feels real bad. Haven't played Hex in ages, tempted to pick a deck up in the Sapphire Blood Escalate. Any better options out there, or just go for it? Yeah, just there's a ton of sweet decks in the format right now. If you don't mind having a tough matchup against the Ruby aggressive decks, the Escalate deck is awesome. And we're gonna play with the Escalate deck some more on stream today. I love the deck a lot. It's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 my favorite. So I think our play to win line here is play this Liliana the Last Hope and spin it backwards and hit an Elder Deep-Fiend here. So we're 2 looks out of 37 cards. We're not a favorite to win, but we could do it. All right, we hit a Champion of Wits. That's not the worst. It's going to let us cycle through some more of our cards here. I would love to draw to discard another Champion of Wits. All right, so I'm going to bin 2 Haunted Dead here, I think. We're probably dead this game. You should do whatever you will get the most enjoyment out of. If you will enjoy playing Standard, then you should build a Standard deck. If you won't enjoy playing Standard, you should not build a Standard deck. Oh, it's pretty profound deepness there. So this is 8, 9, 10, 11. That's exactly. So dead to removal. Dead to second removal. Oh, we're dead to the Avacyn flip anyways, even if I block, right? So just dead. They're going to miss anyways, even if they didn't have it there. Yeah, there might have been merit to just... Okay, so let's put the Manglehorn in my deck. Let's put Mr. Manglehorn in the deck. Grim Flayer's a little bit better on the play. I'm going to trim a champion since I'm bringing in Manglehorn. Do I want this Grim Flayer? I feel like I want this Grim Flayer on the play. And I'm going to cut a Vessel of Nascency since they're an aggressive deck. That might be wrong. Plus on and forces Avacyn to wipe his board. Maybe that's better. I don't know. We're still under a lot of pressure there. I think I'd rather play to the flip my thing and wrath their board completely. I think that's the line I'd rather play to. Waiting for our opponent to do their thing. I'd love to go first. It seems fine. It's a little slow, but we're on the play, so I think it's fine to keep. Delete on Lumbering Falls here. Do you like Rex Stage or Manglehorn? 10 out of 10 Rex Stage. The destroying enchantments is very, very relevant in Modern. And then the fast lands, Evolving Wilds. Age-old question, like, I don't have anything to do on turn 2, but, like, if I play this Evolving Wilds, then one of these is going to come into play tapped anyway, so, like, I'm putting something into play tapped at some point. I might as well just thin my deck here a little bit. I'm going to grab a Mountain in case we draw a Kozilek's Return. Haunted Dead's a good pickup. We can bin it to this Champion of Wits and be happy about it. Deck for 1. God, do you ever feel like a powerful wizard? Do you ever just like sit down and like you make this really small decision? It's like, you know what? I'm gonna be a wizard today. I don't think they can punish us in this Kozilek's Return, and I think I'm willing to use my life total as a resource. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pass here. We're gonna take this hit for 3 on the off chance they play something else this Kozilek's Return can clean up post combat. You're a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard. Oh, yeah. Oh. So we're going to take this hit for 3 here. I could clear these with Kozilek's Return, but then like my opponent could play like Thraben Inspectors or more Militia Captains post-combat, so... It's not even about deck thinning, it's about this right here. It's about being able to actually functionally cast all of my spells. Like, if I'd played this and I drew the Kozilek's Return, I'd be really frustrated with myself. Like, so it is 10 out of 10 correct to play this Evolving Wilds tapped. Like, one of these lands is coming into play tapped on turn 4 anyway, so I might as well open myself up to the possibility that I can cast all of my spells. I suppose you could argue not getting Swamp there means I can't cast Liliana this turn, but Liliana's not a high impact on this board, and, what's the word I'm looking for? Nope, my brain is gone. I've lost it. The deck thinning is non-existent. It is not non-existent. It's mostly insignificant, but it's there. So like, if your choice is make a decision between, so like either path means I have a land coming into play tapped on turn 4. So like those, so it's equal there. Then you go, all right, the deck thinning is a marginal advantage. All right, we'll take the line that gives me a marginal advantage. Like, it's not significant almost at all, but it exists. It's percentage points, yeah. So like, I wouldn't rate deck thinning, like, if there's any other upside to the other line, it is statistically relevant if you do it a lot over a lot of games. Like, that's how that works. It is statistically relevant. Like, all of those non-existent percentage points that don't, like you're saying, don't matter, like, that's why players that are professional Magic players, they're winning more than non-professional Magic players because they're taking into consideration all of those insignificant percentage points, which give them large percentage points over the course of a lot of events. All right, so I think we're just spinning 2 lands here. I'm playing Botanical Sanctum. If I draw Liliana, I could Traverse for another swamp. I have 2 swamps in my deck, right? Of course I don't have 2 swamps in my deck. Yeah, just 1. All right, so that's not actually true. Okay, so let's say the deck thinning only matters in 1 in 1,000 games. So the deck thinning matters in 1 in 1,000 games. So that means statistically, if I play 1,000 games and make this same tiny advantage over 1,000 times, at some point in there, I'm bound to hit the point where it mattered to me. That's what it means by, like, as you're in this particular game, there's a very low chance of it mattering. But eventually, in one of these games, you're going to hit that low chance. Oh, I want the Haunting Deads. I'm dumb. I was reading chat and ranting. Yeah, chat is right. I want the Haunted Dead in there, and I should have kept the Swamp. I should have binned these 2. Should have binned these 2. And again, I said, like, we're not... Ah, The classic pay a life I didn't have to pay. Hey, Yellow Hat with the host. Welcome to folks coming over from Deceived Stream. We are making mistakes and enjoying life. With the actual clutch lines. Alright, let's play Manglehorn and destroy their Oketra's monument. Yes. Do I want to just traverse for a land here? I think so. Since I was an idiot and binned the other one. Grab an extra blue source here, since I can't grab an extra black source because I'm dumb. I guess I could have, I should have left up. If I was going to traverse anyways, I should have traversed here and then Manglehorned. Yeah, and then left this up so I had Fatal Push available. I have a K return in my bin here, so we're going to get to flash that back here at some point. Maybe I was just supposed to do that this turn. Nah, I can't. I don't think I should leave the monument on the table. Although I guess, no, because the monument means they could have flashed an Avacyn. Yep. Hopefully they miss a land drop here. Probably pretty unlikely since they're cracking these clues. They probably don't have a lot of action going on. Yep. Second Squid Dad, yep. I'm going to attack with this because if they double block, I can Fatal Push one of them. No. No, in Modern, the thinning generally does not matter more than one life. I think I'm just going to let this happen here. Yeah, right? Wow, what is in their hand? Sure. Oh, I was like, why did that enter tapped? Manglehorn. Got it. I was really confused there for half a second. And I am going to flashback this Kozilek's return because this Bygone Bishop lets them keep generating value. We're only one land away from bringing back our Champion of Wits Eternalize, which feels good. Maybe it was better to just use the Fatal Push there. I don't know. There's a lot of lines. We're definitely 0 out of 10 playing this deck optimal, but it feels like the power level of this deck is not what's going to be able to carry me to win. So, I'm actually sure if this deck is good, bad, or otherwise yet. Sure. God, Selfless Spirit is annoying. Oh, remember that time we discarded the Swamp instead of the Haunted Dead? Pepperidge Farm remembers. Alright, and I'm just going to pass the turn here at this point. We're not dead in the air, so I'm not tapping them out during their upkeep, because I would like to just Elder Deep-Fiend and then tap all of their blockers and, like, kill them with my squids. If they don't have Avacyn here, they're going to die. Which, they're 18 cards into their deck, and there's probably 4 Avacyns in their deck, so, like, pretty reasonable chance they have Avacyn. I thought this was a No Justice stream. Oh. Crack a clue to start. Well, I guess they could get some life with this, right? Yep, sure. Just gonna pass here, so they have this up. Yeah, I think so. Oh, you know what? I should have tapped this in response to this. So that way they could only gain 6. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this because I couldn't play this out last turn. If I would have been able to play this out last turn, like if one of these random lands was a swamp, I'd have been able to kill this, and then these wouldn't be threatening to flip, because now they get to crack this plated step. Yep. Gain 8. That's a fatal push. It's a good draw. Yeah, we weren't going to kill them either way. If I would have had the Liliana in play, would have been able to take this out, and then, yeah, so a lot better off if I hadn't miffed up this game. Weird, I know. Nope, can't cast that one. Want to cast that one, cannot. And maybe I'm supposed to just push the Selfless Spirit, actually. They don't actually have any untapped black sources. Yeah, I'm going to lose. I lost this game to myself. Alright, and they're sacrificing the Selfless Spirit anyways. Ugh. Yep, I deserve to lose this game. Opponent drew pretty well here at the end, but I deserve to lose this game. I miffed it up pretty badly. Nah, they've got 30 seconds. They should be fine. Or not. All right, I'll take it. Free money. Free money. Free money. Alrighty. Better to be lucky than good.